が真の三国無双だ。私が真の三国無双だ。
No, I'm not interested in that game. I found it funny, that video you posted. They're talking about the dual wielding the lightsabers and how you have animation canceling and you can guard cancel. Like, wow, this game is better than Wo Long already. Again, American-made Star Wars game is better than Wo Long. No, I'm not interested in that game, though. I was just laughing watching that, making it, like, a key point. Like, hey, if you want to not be stuck in animations, we have, like, an actual, we have an actual, like, weapon for you. Ideally, all the weapons should just have that, but it's nice to even have that at all, really. Yeah, I uninstalled Wo Long. I spent a good, like, 30 minutes writing that review last night. I just uninstalled it. I think it'll get better with DLC, but I'm really not in the... I'm not in the mental state to be playing stuff that just pisses me off like that. I'm kind of wanting to just relax more. I've got a lot of things stressing me out. I don't need to be playing a game that's triggering me that much. It's just not fun. Just gotta figure out what game I'm gonna start next. I got a couple games I haven't finished. Probably just start with those and play that instead. I haven't finished Miles Morales. That game was pretty cool. Might like start that because that won't take too long to finish. The only Souls-like I've really enjoyed has been the stuff that Team Ninja has put out. Those are the only ones I've liked. Wo Long is too far in the FromSoft school of design, where it's not a bad game at all. It's just if you want variety and player expression and stuff, like, you're not gonna find it with their games, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody really values that kind of thing, but I do. Wo Long is really just shoehorns you into just same playstyle. You can't really... It's not that you can't break the game, it's just that there's not much interesting that you can do. That's what I like about this game. This game is not challenging at all. It's artificially hard when you start out. There's lots of one-shots, but it's fun to play. I have my own, like, play style, and I can just kind of turn my brain off and relax. Kind of like that. I like challenging games, too. I play a lot of hard games, but sometimes I just want to just relax. This game is actually a lot of fun to mess around with the combo system. Just chill. Need to be doing hardcore stuff all the time. Sometimes it's nice to just relax. Yeah, that Jedi Fallen Order game is like always on sale. I'm not really interested in playing it though. I was just laughing watching that video. I wasn't really interested in watching it, but I was curious. They're talking about animation canceling. Like, yeah, if you want to be aggressive, but also have offensive, defensive capabilities, we have a weapon for you. I'm like, wow, why is this looking better than Wo Long? An American-made action game of all things, which are usually like the worst you can do. For AAA stuff, at least. I mean, there's stuff like Streets of Rage 4, which is French developed and has really good combat. But for, like, big budget stuff, you generally want to stay away from any Western stuff. Combat's not going to be anywhere near as good. Slime monster over here. I'm going to go take care of him. There we go. When does that Jedi Survivor game come out? Is it like next month or something? I'm not interested, I'm just curious. Even if I was interested, I would not buy it on launch because PC port PTSD. Can't expect a PC game to just work anymore. I think that's worth $70. Buying a PC game at launch is a big ask, even if you're, like, rich. It's like the money doesn't even matter. It's just like you could be like a millionaire and still not want to buy those games at launch because it won't work. There's like no amount of money you can throw at it to fix it. I could afford a $70 game next month, but it is Western developed, so it's a higher chance of actually functioning. Success rate for American PC ports is quite a bit better than Japanese, but you can't even really still have faith in it. Probably still going to be broken. Probably a lot of stuttering and stuff. Hi-Fi Rush was amazing port. See, I tried that game on Game Pass, and then I bought it to play it on Steam Deck, and it even worked perfectly on Steam Deck. I had like one problem with it. The game crashed like once, and there was like some performance issues on the second to last level. But other than that, it was like incredible. Shouldn't have to congratulate a game working at launch, but they did a really good job with that port. That was worth my money. Yeah, the RE4 port I'm hearing is very good. It's just I'm not interested in that game at all. Zero interest in that game. But yeah, that's definitely cool. Capcom has come a long way. They used to have really crap ports too. Like the old DMC3 port was like embarrassingly bad. They've pretty much become the gold standard for games from Japan actually working. Props to them. DMC5 port is also great, even without the mods. Yeah, I was looking at the graphics options for RE4 Remake. I was very impressed. Like, actually tells you what the options do, and it shows you the processing load and everything. That's, like, very impressive. It's not always obvious what things do and the impact they have on the performance. There's like, in this game, it's particle effects. If you can, like, barely run this game, the particle effects like destroy the frame rate. So if like your computer's not that good and you turn that to like medium, the game works like perfectly and it doesn't really look that much worse. It's cool when a game like actually tells you like, hey, this is what this does. If you don't mind having it off, then the game will run a lot better. So if like your computer's not that good or whatever, you have more knowledge of like what to actually change. Yeah, I have no interest in RE4 though. I'm tired of Resident Evil. Last one I finished was 5. And that was mostly just because I was living in a bachelor pad at the time and we used to play games together. That was the last Resident Evil I played, so that was like almost 15 years ago. I've had no interest since then. But yeah, it'll be a big win for them if that game actually just works at launch, because it's been a really shitty year for PC ports. It's not even just Japanese stuff either. It's like the Harry Potter game was really bad at launch too. Probably get good reviews just because it fucking works at launch. Yeah, if you put particle effects on high in this game, it's a huge performance hit. This game has so much particle effects, sometimes you can't even tell what's going on. It's like, computer's not that great, it's getting on in years, I want to play this. Just turn the particle effects down. It's like the biggest thing that packs performance. That Capcom's on track to have like the first not shit AAA PC port of the year. That game's gonna get a lot of critical acclaim just for fucking working at launch. So obviously it's a remake of like one of the best games ever made, so I don't know if they'll stick the landing on actually remaking such a important game like that, but seems like the game will actually work at launch, so I think it'll still be worth it just for that. Maybe other developers will follow suit. None of this, the game is broken for 2 months. Well, mods for RE4 Remake are going to be awesome because it's on the same engine as DMC5 and Monster Hunter Rise, so very easy to mod. So if there's any like nitpicks that people have, they'll be fixed pretty much right away. That's another thing that's going to be awesome about that game too, for people that are interested in it. It's like the Devil Breaker switcher in DMC5. It fixes what everybody hates about Nero in that game is that you can't switch the arms out. Like, oh, there's a mod that does exactly that. Hello. How you doing? Yeah, this is the post-Wolong era. I uninstalled that game. I'm just playing random stuff until I figure out what the next game I'm gonna start. Got some pretty good games in the backlog, I just gotta commit to one. This fucking game, man. It's got so many problems, but when you just want to relax, it's very fun to play. They really buffed the combat in this game compared to 3. Pretty much cancel out of anything at any time, and like any state you're in, even in the air. This game's got a lot of problems, but it gave the combat a huge buff. You know, it's fun to just kind of turn it on and play sometimes, not be stressed out or anything. It's just kind of what I need right now. Just relax. It works good on the Steam Deck too. I've been playing this a lot on the Steam Deck. You need to tweak it a little bit, but for the most part, you can get a pretty stable 60 FPS. The graphics options in this game don't really make it look much better anyway. This isn't really a game you play for graphics in the first place, so... I put, like, most things on low or medium, but it's more than enough to play the game like I am. Yeah, I have a video about Muso games on the Steam Deck. I think I put it up like 2 or 3 weeks ago. You can check that. I have the settings in there. Yeah, it's better than the Switch version. The Switch version is like sub 30 FPS almost all the time. Oh man, that's a loaded question. There was some serious drama found out about that game yesterday. If you want the tea, I can tell you. Basically, it was revealed that there was never supposed to be any post-launch content for that game at all. They're trying to win people back. But basically, that game was basically just a cash grab. Like the balance patch that they did a few months ago was not even supposed to happen. They really were just going to let it die. That's why it's taking a year for them to put out like one character. The DLC was not even planned. This was found out yesterday. Because they just announced a roadmap like last night. It's a fun game. I feel like, for me, I enjoyed it because I used to play a lot of DFO. That's like one of the first games I really played on this channel heavily back in like 2008. So I was a fan of the source material. I had that going in to keep me engaged, but there's like barely anyone playing online, and there's like no single player content. Probably get some fun out of it for $30, but it's got the same problem as like all the other fighting games now, is they only care about PvP. They only care about PvP. They don't care about like having something to do when the game dies online. Very bare bones game. It's kind of like Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is like one of the most popular fighting games out right now. But single player wise, it sucks. There's like barely anything in it. That's like the #1 complaint about that game outside of the netcode. It's like, it's a really solid game, but there's just nothing to do if you don't care about being super sweaty competitive, and not everybody really cares about that kind of thing. Yeah, that game has no single-player content at all. It's got a really bare-bones story mode. The survival mode is kind of fun. But unfortunately, there's like barely anyone playing online. No, it was something that was said in the Discord from somebody who talked to a Nexon rep that was at the Arc World Tour yesterday. Apparently they didn't even know that content was going to be coming to it. Which makes sense, because it doesn't take a year to make one character. It takes a couple months at best for a fighting game developer that like actually has a content pipeline. It doesn't take a year to make one character. Plus, they didn't announce that the game is going to be at the tournament next year either. I don't really know how much that matters, to be honest. But in terms of content coming to the game, if it's not at a tournament, then that pretty much kills it in most cases. That happened with Marvel Infinite. Marvel Infinite didn't even get into EVO once. And like the DLC for it just kind of evaporated. They promised a ton of content for that game, but it never actually happened. Which is a shame, because I actually really liked that game. It was fun. I'd put it under Battle for the Grid, but Marvel Infinite was like really enjoyable. I liked it. I just stopped playing because everyone else did. DNF Duel had a big uphill battle just because it's not a popular IP. I mean, I knew what it was, and that game was something I always wanted. Because DNF has, like, really cool characters, but the actual PvP in that game sucks. The netcode is terrible. They only let you use, like, half of the moveset. It's, like, really boring. It's gotten stale. It used to be fun, but now they've, like, doubled the moveset from when the game first came out, so... But I guess for balancing reasons, they don't want to let you use that stuff. So... It's gotten very stagnant. And the netcode is buns, too, so that doesn't help things. So I always wanted there to be like an actual DNF fighting game, like with the characters, but it falls short in a lot of ways. Plus, it's stupid that the game doesn't have a beat-em-up mode because it's based on a beat-em-up. One of the most successful online games of all time. How do you not have a beat-em-up mode? That would have made the price a little bit more easy to justify for a lot of people. That's like the biggest thing that's lacking with fighting games right now. Single-player content sucks, so your enjoyment of the game pretty much completely hinges on whether you have real-life friends to play it with. The online play actually works and has rollback, or if the netcode doesn't suck. Tekken 7, perfect example. Dragon Ball FighterZ, another example. Dragon Ball FighterZ has shit netcode and, like, no single-player content, so you don't have people to play it with. don't have people to play it with, it kind of falls flat. That's the next thing that fighting games need to do to be more successful, is take single-player content seriously, but the Japanese developers just don't take a hint from the other realms. They have, like, so much single-player content in their games. I think their games are janky and not fun to play, but they're still interesting, they're appealing, because they have shit to do that's not just being in serious competitive gameplay all the time. I feel like once the Japanese developers start taking that kind of thing seriously is when fighting games will get better. But no, their idea of getting more people to play is just dumbing down the gameplay. Like, alright, instead of dumbing down the gameplay, why don't you, like, actually add things to do that don't involve playing competitively? Because that's why Mortal Kombat is so popular. The amount of people who play like Mortal Kombat competitively is still a very small niche. It's because of all the single-player, non-competitive stuff is why it's popular. But the Japanese teams don't seem to understand that. It's just completely tone-deaf. Yeah, they seem to be taking single-player content seriously for once, so that will help for sure. I don't know why it's taken them so long to realize, like, why that's important, but here we are. It's like, I play fighting games competitively if I like them enough. I played Battle for the Grid competitively for quite a while. But that game's got the same problem, there's no single-player content. It's just... But that game, it matters less, because it's got lobbies, rollback, and crossplay, so... Even though the game's kind of dying now, because there's no more content for it, it's still playable. It's still a playable game. But for some reason, they take forever to understand that kind of thing. Just having competitive gameplay is not enough. There needs to be more than that. Battle for the Grid is actually pretty depressing because it's a fucking Power Rangers game, right? But it has more functionality than like the big games. Rollback, full crossplay with 5 platforms, lobbies with spectator mode. It's pretty pathetic when you think about it. Like, why are these big franchises getting bodied by Power Rangers game? It really puts things into perspective. I don't think anybody had a Power Rangers game being better for competitive gameplay than something like Tekken. But here we are. The netcode is better. There's full crossplay. like, what the hell, man? You guys are really gonna get shown up by a Power Rangers game. Like, that game still has not really been topped. Well, Legacy Wars gets content because they don't really need a combat designer. That's why. It seems like the combat designers got poached for the League of Legends fighting game, which I guess is supposed to come out soon, probably next year. I think there's supposed to be a beta for that game this year. But yeah, they both kind of left, because it was Clockwork and Shady K that were working on Battle for the Grid, which is why the game was so good. Despite seeming like it should just be a shitty cash grab. Because it's, you know, it's Power Rangers. You don't expect a Power Rangers game to actually be a functional fighting game. But, they actually had really good people working on it. But, like, first Clockwork left. He left around the time that, Ryu and Chun came out. So right before Season 3, he left. He left very abruptly. And Shady K was still there. But then I think, like, after Season 3 came out, Shady K dipped as well. So I don't really see what else that would make both of them leave like that abruptly, barring problems in the company, which there were, because the higher-ups of the company were trying to promote NFT games and stuff. But I don't think that's why they left. It's too coincidental for both combat designers to just leave. So I really think that both of them are working on a League of Legends fighting game. And what little they've shown of that game, it looks like it's going to be Battle for the Grid with a much more marketable IP and more money put into it. Yeah, a lot of people will tell you that, though, that it's, that's what they're doing. They both got poached by Riot, and that's why there's no Battle for the Grid content, because there's no combat designer. Yeah, Legacy Wars has an amazing roster as a Power Rangers fan, but that gameplay just looks so jank. That ain't it for me. I'm glad that game still gets updates. I mean, it's pretty much the best fighting game that you can play on mobile. There really isn't anything much better than that. The closest you can get is Skullgirls Mobile. Everything else is pay-to-win, cash grab. It's pretty much you either play Skullgirls Mobile or Power Rangers Legacy Wars. Those are like your two choices. I guess it does pretty well. I don't think they expected it to do as well as it is. It's kind of just a coincidence. Because... no, you can't say, no one plays on PC. The game has full crossplay. It doesn't matter that anybody's on. No one's on PC. It has full crossplay. You could still find matches. The PC version was a very late port. It came out like, I think like almost 2 years after it launched. It's a very late port. It's the best version of the game because it has unlocked frame rate. It's like the only fighting game you can play above 60 FPS. But the game has full crossplay, so the only people that really play on PC is people that just wanted to record it easier, or they run tournaments. As the PC version is like the best for running tournaments and lobbies and stuff. Yeah, there's no one playing on PC. PC is pretty much just for tournaments. But yeah, it's been dead since Rita came out. Rita was like the last character. It's a bummer. I really love that game, man. I wish they would make more for it. There was no other fighting game last gen that I played as much as that. It had like everything I really liked. The free-form gameplay and the really good rollback crossplay, so it didn't matter which platform I played it on. And it was Power Rangers as well. I'm a big Power Rangers fan, so that helps that game's case, but it wasn't just because it was Power Rangers. It's the fact that it had all the things it needed, and it just had Power Rangers on top. That was like the icing on the cake. That wasn't the reason why I liked it. But yeah, the roster in that game was really cool too. If you're actually a fan of the source material, they really took some liberties and some risky choices with the lineup for characters they chose. They didn't just choose the popular ones. Really great game. It's just sad what happened. Seemingly they both got poached. The combat designers are gone. Can't really make a fighting game with no combat designer. I really wish they would announce a sequel for that, like Grid 2. With like maybe better graphics and like maybe more gameplay mechanics or something. I would be all over that. But yeah, I was pretty competitive in that game. I ranked pretty high, uh, competitively. I generally ranked like platinum or diamond each season, so I was pretty good. I was in like the top couple hundreds or so every season before I stopped playing. Excellent game. Don't have too much more time. I got to go over to my neighbor's house soon, so I'm trying to figure out what I feel like playing next. Let's see here. I'll probably stream over there as well. I tried Grand Blue Versus. Yeah, I bought that game. I gotta try the single player in that. But yeah, that game died because of the shit netcode. That's why that game died. Horrible netcode. And it came out like right when the pandemic started, so nobody could play it. Probably not, no. Gameplay's not really for me. game runs really well on the Steam Deck too. It runs perfectly. I play this a lot on the Steam Deck as well, just because I just want a bloody palace. It's a real pain to get DMC5 mods on Steam Deck. It's a nightmare to do it. It takes a lot of effort. So I just play this instead. This is pretty fun to play just by itself. No mods. It's interesting playing this after Wo Long. There's no animation lock in this game at all. You hear me pushing the button. I'm like sliding the button and he still dashes. Look how long that takes to come out. A straight upgrade. Your guy in this game, he does what you tell him to do. At any frame. Even the slow weapon in this game feels pretty good because you can cancel into the counter at like any frame in the animation. This is like a Korean indie game made by like 5 people, by the way. Sad. I would rather play this. Maybe the Chain Lightning upgrade's really good. It's always a good take. I would rather play this than Wo Long. was thinking of making an account. I like how you're saying that when I was talking about how much Wo Long sucks. Why not play this? Why would I not play this? I enjoy this game, it's fun. And I was just playing Wo Long. I uninstalled that game because it sucks. I need something else to play. I like playing this game, it's chill. I gotta get good at it again, but it's fun. Character actually does what I tell him to in this game. He doesn't get stuck in animations. Look at how long that animation is, but I can cancel in the first frame. Yeah, this runs on Steam Deck perfectly. Highly recommended. I play this on Steam Deck a lot. Working at my neighbor's house. They actually reinstalled closers. I might try that game again. Probably like no one playing anymore though. My controller disconnected. Rip. Maybe my cable's giving out. Normally I would be pissed, but I'm in chill mode right now. I'm not trying to do anything serious, I'm just relaxing. I have had this cable for a few months, so probably gotta go get a spare. Actually I have a spare right here. God, I need to thank my past self. I've got a spare right here. If it does that again, I'll switch it out. Always buy micro USB cables or Type C cables in like packs. Buy like multiple of them, especially if you're into gaming, because if it disconnects, you can kind of get screwed over. They always buy like 2 or 3 at a time. Yeah, the Switch version is locked at 30, yes. The PC version can go as high as your computer can run. Like, I've got it at 144 FPS right now, so it feels even better. Good old shitty Switch hardware. Can't run this game. Yeah, it runs fine. Yeah, I think the PS4 version is 60. modules. Oh, wow, thank you for the, $10. Thank you. I believe in minimalist streaming, so you gotta remember I gotta check my phone to see if I get a donation. Thank you. Yeah, I need to raise money for my trip. Thank you. They added this mode for free, by the way. This is actually a, just a normal character action game. It has like a full campaign, but they added this as DLC. And I think this is better than the campaign. Campaign has a lot of really shit bosses I didn't like. They're like super gimmicky, they have too much health. They don't really make you fight any of the gimmicky bosses in here, but they keep all the enemies. The campaign isn't bad. I feel like the main reason to buy this is this mode, because action roguelikes have been in a really shit state lately, with everything being a Vampire Survivors clone where the game mostly plays itself. I think when you take that into consideration, this is one of the best action roguelikes to come out in a while. The actual gameplay. Take that off. Try to get some damage. Get some damage up would be really good. What do we got here? Lightning Blade's pretty much decked out. Yeah, that's always a really good one to take. So... yeah, that's a straight upgrade. Crit rate. I'm not gonna get this, because there's the one that increases break blade damage. That's probably better. Probably better to wait for that. Crit rate. No, I got a time reset. Let's see if I can get another one. That's the other cool thing about this game is the whole time thing, where you can reset rooms. Break blade attack. That's okay. I gotta go anyway. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Catch you guys later. They nerfed the bosses, but those guys still have like 10 times more health than everything else. That's a good stopping point. I didn't realize how late it was. I should probably head over there soon. Actually want to charge up my Steam Deck and everything as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll try to raise some more funds later. So I guess I should explain, my trip is paid, my bills are paid. It's just I have very little left for when I actually get there for like food, travel as well. I'm gonna have to pay for 2 Ubers. So that's what I'm trying to raise money for. It's not like I paid everything out of my pocket. I paid the bills and everything. The train ticket and everything is paid for. So it's I don't want to sound like it's uh, pay for my vacation because it's not. I paid for all that out of my pocket. It's just with the computer bill and everything, I have like very little to actually do anything when I get there. So that's the urgency of it. It's not, if you guys don't pay, I can't go. It's just I might have to live on like granola bars or something. But yeah, I do really need help with that. So I'm gonna be trying to stream more often to try to raise a little bit because I do need a break from caregiving. I'm needed there 6 days a week. It can be very stressful at times. So I think it'll be a good thing for my mental health. But right now I'm financially stressed. So uh, I probably will stream over there actually. I'm not. I don't have to do any errands for them today, and I've got snacks to eat tonight, so I'm probably not going to have dinner because I had a personal pizza for lunch, so I don't want to have too many more calories. So after I finish what's over there, we'll probably play some PGR and Streets of Rage. So yeah, I estimate that should be up in about an hour and a half. If not, then 2.5 hours, because that's when more like 2 hours and 45 minutes, because that's when I'll be done feeding the cats, and I usually stay a little bit longer because they still need some things. So, yeah, catch you later.